Join us this week for some of the world's best snorkeling at the Ningaloo Reef along the last stint of our off-road adventure.
Last week, we took you off-road from Quobba to Warroora and camped at Lagoon Camp.
And now let's continue up the coast through Warroora Station. First up, Stephen's Camp. The current got pretty bad, so we had to get out of the water. Later, we got invited to a campfire and met some new friends.
Generally, the tracks at Warroora are pretty corrugated but suitable for caravans. Although the access to Stevens, Sandy Point and Ells Beach is doable, it can get pretty hairy if you're towing.
I heard that. Yeah, it's part of the environment, but hey.
The Ridge Camp doesn't have a swimming beach, so we took a walk to 14 Mile. If you can snag an empty site here, definitely do it.
And we're pretty close to Quobba now. The road is pretty corrugated, so we just take our time, take it slow, because we've had enough issues on crazy corrugated roads in the past. And then we'll stop and see our friends at the bakery, and then we'll hit the track towards Cape Range National Park. But we're not taking the highway because it would be boring, right?
Of course not.
We are taking the coastal off-road track. So our goal is still to attempt the track from Quobba to Exmouth off-road. We decided to take the track to the left to Oyster Bridge and Lagoon because the guy in the info center told us we should definitely check it out.
Number from a friend, but I never called.
Woohoo! Fruited juice. Let's see how we go. No run up, nothing. Third gear, crawling up.
Too bumpy for a ride.
Super bumpy.
My heart skips beating when your perfume's in the air. 'Cause I've been on slice, sweet like daiquiri with strawberry crushed ice. Know you like a margarita with the hot spice. Love the taste of paradise. No, it's never been the right time. Like we're holding back the storyline. And I'm waiting at the end of the night, thinking of you.
We have a weird noise coming from underneath. Patrick is on the hunt for the cause of it. He took the bellow off. Luckily there's no oil in there, which is good.
So I've taken the covers off of our tail shaft and just checked in the little gap here to make sure that the uni joint in there is alright. It looks fine from the back side. I can't see from the front side. I have to pull the whole thing forward. which we can't do at the moment. So as long as the uni joint isn't like completely broken or anything, I hope we'll be fine. So yeah, I'll grease this all up. I'm kind of suspecting that there's a lot of play in these when I put them when I took them off. So hopefully if I grease these up nice and tight, that'll solve the rattling.
Alright, the Mog is packed up again. It's the next day. So we stayed at Roughest 9 Mile, I think it's called, camp, and it's not managed by the national park, and it's $15 a head, so $30 for a site that gets sandblasted. Also, it's very unorganized, and I think they didn't even notice we were here because they were not even at their caravan when we rocked up because they went to Quobba. So I don't know, it's a bit, just wouldn't recommend it. What do you think?
It is so windy and sandy, it's ridiculous. So yeah, we're hitting the track again. Northwards we go, hopefully to nicer campsites.
We booked a site at South Lefroy, and another Mog's gonna be there as well. So fingers crossed we're gonna get there on time. On Exmouth and then the scenery is almost the same all the time, so it's the sand dune and then just bushland and then a couple of rocks and then corrugated tracks, a bit of sand, nothing too major, and we're getting closer to Ningaloo Station. Got a bit narrow now, and
we're now at the Ningaloo Road.
So back in caravan terrain.
Yeah, this is where everyone fills their caravans.
This is the road that comes from the highway.
It's nice and corrugated, wonderful.
Oh yeah, but it's more than 2 lanes again, Patrick. So weird.
More than 1 lane, you mean?
Oh yeah, more than 1. So much space and freaking corrugations. Woo! Let's go! According to Google Maps, we got 22 kilometers ahead of us to get to South Lefroy. Not too bad yet. Hopefully it stays that way. We still run low tire pressure. We're running pretty fast, so I hope we're fine. Yeah, going fast again! Woo! It actually feels like we're in a race car and going like 100, even though we're going 60, because we've been going like 15 kilometers per hour on average before. Oh my goodness! Yeah, I'm not sure if you can see it, but we overtook someone.
First time like ever.
I wanna wander out of the valley where the river takes us far away from home.
Note to ourselves and everyone else, maybe don't speed across the Salt Lake. There are a bunch of holes and we pretty much got airborne again. It's not that we have a lot of stuff laying on our bed, like your 3D printer, Patrick.
I hope that's still in the spot.
Last time we got really airborne at the beach, the 3D printer was laying on the ground afterwards.
Since I carry you, come and sail with me to the open.
Don't trust Google Maps, look at that. There's a road right in the middle, if you follow the signs. So we're at the dump point and now it's 1.7 kilometers to South Lefroy and apparently soft sand ahead. So reduce your tire pressures, which we've done a long time ago.
Tires are down since a week already.
Nothing around us, just flames in the fire. And through the night, the birds.
Some people don't even flat mount Starling, they just mount it like that to the roof.
Sleep in silence. Oh, we'll keep running and we'll keep running. If you won't freeze.
We just passed a 200 series with a hybrid van that was stuck. They got out now, but yeah, you definitely need to lower your tire pressures. The other one. So depending on what campsite you book, you either go down this pretty sandy track or not. We're pretty far away from the entrance of South Lefroy. On the map it looked a lot closer, but we've been driving for a while. And here we are, 58. There's not even tire tracks on here. It's still so windy, so we parked a bit sheltered. If we pull out the deck, that will be very sheltered. Well, it took us about 3 hours from 9 Mile to here. The track's just a bit slow going in some bits. Sometimes you can get on top of the corrugations, but not a lot. So take your time and enjoy the views, and you'll get there in the end. Do you like it?
Beautiful here.
And the wind died down.
Water's nice and cold. Yeah, the wind's
calm.
a bit nicer now. Beautiful. Now we just need some snorkeling.
And we booked another campsite at the other end for tomorrow, so we're gonna walk over and check it out. It's supposed to be pretty big and very close to the beach. Good morning from South Lefroy. We really enjoyed yesterday as soon as the wind was dying down in the afternoon. Kara and Tom from Roger and the Mog, they're here as well with Roger, which is the Kelpie. So we spent some time together yesterday, but I still had to get a lot of editing done because today it's Sunday and we want to upload part 2 of our crazy Esperance, east of Esperance experience doing the telly track. So you can definitely find that here or here. Anyways, I'm still in my pajamas and it's pretty good to have a handheld UHF because that's how we communicate from this mog to, not sure if you can see it, there is the other mog. I might zoom in right there. Let's go! We're changing campsites! We're going snorkeling!
Snorkeling time.
spot. It's South Lefroy. It's amazing, especially the beach camps and the view, and you can go snorkeling so it doesn't even get boring. It's just a beautiful spot. For today we drove over to Warroora Station. It's about 15 kilometers and we have a
20-25 minutes.
Yeah, we have a beachfront campsite, so we'll see how we go. We haven't booked anything for the day after, but apparently a lot of people don't like the wind and they're leaving, so hopefully we can get one. What a spot! It's stunning. The beach is soft but not too bad, and all the other sides are empty because we reckon they left because of the wind. So we only have one neighbor and the other mock that's coming, and check it out. That's not bad.
Out of the valley.
Outback in privacy policy just listen to this. For direct marketing and research purposes, in which instances your information may be disclosed to third parties, utilised in the provision of such direct marketing and research services.
Thank you very much. Now we'll just get into this application, so just bear with me for just a moment.
There's a trek towards the ranges and up to a lookout, and we drove in and we'll see how far we get.
We took a bit of a walk to the second stone pile we saw, and it's a beautiful view over to the other side of the range, and obviously
All the bays.
down this way, which is where Warroora Station is, then North Lefroy, Point Billy and South Lefroy.
pretty sandy, but there's no water flowing.
Woo! Off to the bitumen. Nice long creek crossing.
I reckon the next normal 4 drive will have an issue now.
Because the deep ruts.
No, because our rut eliminated the narrow 4 drive ruts. Alright, time to pump up the tires. We're in the middle of it. We flicked on the switch for our 2 thumpers, King's thumpers that we have in series. They just help the belt-driven compressor, so it's faster, and yeah, we should be done very soon, just a few minutes, and then we're gonna hit the bitumen or go for a swim. Also, it's been 12 days off-road, so we are a little bit happy to be back on bitumen.
Alright guys, back on bitumen, tires pumped back up. Thanks for coming along on the off-road part. We still have some snorkeling to do here in Cape Range. We'll show you next. And well, the track itself is pretty good. I reckon we could have gotten our Sprinter most of the way through it. What do you think? Hardest part of this track?
Between Ningaloo and Warroora Station, there's a pretty long sandy creek crossing. It's not flowing, but it's sandy. And there's some really gnarly rocky bits, very steep.
Yeah, really steep. Yeah, if you don't have lockers, that's definitely hard. And favorite campsite?
South Lefroy!
Yeah, so good snorkeling right next to the beach. And yeah.
And you're camping on the beach.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
And if you don't like inflating and deflating your tires, just stay off-road for almost 2 weeks.
Like we did. Alright, let's hit the bitumen.
Yeah.
That whole thing with the bitumen didn't last very long, but you'll see more about that next week.